See if everything is intact. I changed characters, by the way, because I want something a little bit different. So, there we go. Shit. Oh, who liked the video? Thank you for the like. I was just trying to see if there was a way for me to do. No. Guess not. Oh well. Okay, let's do this. That's under there.
You can't beat the atmosphere.
So, are you buying or not?
Follow the path, I guess.
One Win Bookhouse. Guess this is where we go to buy books in Liyue. Should we ask here if they have a copy of the Liyue volume of the Tevat Travel Guide? It's super duper interesting.
Oh, well, here we go.
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
How do you do, Mr. Chow? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them.
Ooh.
I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice.
Whoopsies.
My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, well, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me. But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
I have a feeling that some of the videos have disappeared.
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Mr. Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Chichao somehow.
Reason I don't understand why, like,
True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Chichao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please. Please, Don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item, and I should pay compensation per the contract. However much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants, after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contracts. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue, and then negotiate the amount of compensation.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch, finest quality jade. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Crossell's.
Leo Lee Pavilion. Best Lee food in town.
Alright. Let's see. Let's keep on running. Run.
Feel free to look around. There's no obligation to buy.
We're looking for the Liyue volume of the Tevat Travel Guide. Do you have it in stock?
Sorry, dear. We stopped stocking that a very long time ago. It just wasn't selling.
Huh? But the Mondstadt volume was so interesting. Bummer.
The thing is, the author made it too personal, and the result wasn't really much of a guide. It barely sold any copies, and the few travelers that did buy it made complaints afterward.
Yikes. That's never good when that happens. Like, people complaining, they just whine. Like,
Well, that's a shame. The Mondstadt volume was a good read, even just as an adventurer's diary.
The fact remains that I don't have it in stock. If you must read it, try your luck at Chang the Ninth's place.
Who's Chang the Ninth?
A book collector who lives in Chingsa village. He's a complete grouch. But he will behave himself if the conversation is about books. He was a regular customer here back when he lived in Liyue Harbor, and I still send him the odd out-of-print book or two every now and then.
Did somebody say out-of-print books?
With that.
Is there a chance that Volume 6 of Legend of the Shattered Halberd is also in his collection?
Eh.
Apologies, my liege. Where are my manners? My name is Sing Cho, a humble literature enthusiast who happened to be passing by. Since you and I are both in search of lost books, what say we travel together to Mount Jingse and pay a visit to Chang the Ninth?
I'll watch later.
My pleasure, fellow book lover.
True. No.
So, are you buying or not?
Take a deep breath, as if you're about to blow up a huge balloon. Exhale.
Hey, Hubert. That's one weird eyes. I'm just seeing that. Like, what the hell? I'm stealing your books. You're mine. Ah. Damn it. Alright. Excuse me. She's gonna levitate down here, just landing on us a bit. And about... Oh, okay. There you go. Ta-da!
Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
Uh-oh.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
Apparently.
I'm sorry. Truly I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
Of course.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossell.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
It's like, how dare you, bitch? Basically, that's what he's probably saying. It's like, what a bitch. You lose my
Looks
pins.
like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss
Don't be too
with
hard
you.
on yourself, miss. Jesus.
It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Yes. Alright. Where's it at? Oh, okay. This way. That bitch lost my pins. How dare she? Ah, fuck me. Should have thought of this sooner. Oh well.
What should I try this time?
Oh. Hold up. The table.
Miss Yunfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would
that's a
find
lie.
some argument
You're
to compel us to
lying.
leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing.
Wah, wah,
Meanwhile,
wah.
we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
Yeah, about that.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, can I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track.
Yes.
Feels like Yunfei is even more concerned with
Advice, but for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well. And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
Yep.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away. I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it. But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ha! I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore. If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Oh.
Oh there. Come and see these rare and precious curios. Listen, let me tell you how.
Alright, let's...
Come and see these
Relaxing days like this are nice.
As I start...
Let's take it easy.
Oh, okay.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh! It's you, Miss Yenfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Yes.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later.
Yes.
They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir.
Bravo.
We'll take a look at them.
Alright. Here we go. Enough.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings.
Yep.
Yes. It's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give Elemental Sight a shot. So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time.
Alright, let me get my headphones in.
These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
Alright, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But, never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
Alright. I had to wait till a cutscene so I could do a party chat. Put Erica. Ah. Boom. There we go. Make a party chat. Send an invitation. Okay, here we go.
Hi.
Hi.
How you been?
I'm alright.
Same.
Are you still worried?
Somewhat, but I'm trying to get past it by playing this.
Okay. As I keep something to distract you, basically, it'll help out. I've been bored since Diva Lord's on vacation.
I would play Dead by Daylight, but I gotta update the game.
Yeah. Because I think it would take forever with your update, right?
Yeah, that's why I gotta go to my...
Miss
I'm surprised
Yenfei,
Majin had made a party chat. Maybe he
might
must
I
be
be
busy
so
today.
bold as to inquire?
Maybe.
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus Jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus Jadeite, uncut.
It would be nice if Discord did do
Then I
their
have
dang
no further
jobs.
questions. But could I borrow the processing record and the stone shavings?
Of course. But
It
might
seems
I
like
ask
they're lazy.
why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed
I
proof
thought
that these stone shavings
account actually
originated
got
from
more
the
reports, they deleted it automatically.
or that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Well,
Yes.
I think
see,
eventually it probably will be deleted.
Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yenfei. But might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
And again, that is if they get around to it.
Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
On the contrary, this is
there?
far from sufficient to build a case.
Yeah, I'm there.
We need to find something a
didn't
little
answer,
more
so I didn't know.
compelling.
It's
If you
hard to
want
hear
make
with the
jewelry, you need
cutscene.
a
Let me see.
professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry.
The cutscenes are a little loud for some reason.
Nope. Aha! Got it. Sinxie. She often helps
As
people to find a
usual,
jewelsmith.
boop,
Let's go
Pamon.
pay her a visit.
Hello.
That was quick. How come
3?
you know so many people?
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish.
Bot or not. I'm hoping
As
they
such,
aren't.
legal advisors
I don't
like
think
myself
so.
provide quite
Like,
the popular service
because I even
indeed.
asked Matt about that.
So you
He
help them
says
make
that
sense of the law.
they would have to reply to
Didn't
you,
say
like
that it's
message
hard to
you,
understand and
like
impossible to
DM.
finish?
They wouldn't do that on a tweet or retweet or anything like
Yes,
that.
well, that's no obstacle because I've
on
memorized
a
all the
comment.
legal codices.
Yeah, or a comment.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know?
They said that they went through the same thing I went to and got people to help them.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know if they're legit. Because if they are, then maybe they could get my account back.
Well, I wouldn't count on that part of it. I would just say, I think the person said they had somebody to help out, but either or, I would
this has
say.
nothing to do with being an adeptus.
I checked their
I just
Instagram
like reading
just
things.
to see who they were, and they said they specialize in stuff
Again,
like
with that casual tone.
Yeah.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singsi.
It's hard for me to let go, because I do want all my stuff back at least.
But right now you have a new account, so we got that taken care of. That's all we can do for right now.
Yeah, because I do want my old servers back. I'm not trying to
get into position like this.
saying.
And move like that.
What should I try
Yep,
this time?
that's it.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
Alright, where am I going? Ah.
Again, this isn't drama, I'm just saying.
I know.
Because the Me bot was free when I first made the server and the account. That's why I wanted it back, because that way I wouldn't have to pay for the Me bot.
Yeah, usually, I don't know, if there should be some parts that should be temporary, not all of them, because I even canceled my subscription, and I still have some that's still MeBot temporary, apparently.
Well, apparently they got rid of it. They became greedy.
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened?
Basically like PlayStation.
Did the
Money!
client from last time,
Oh, Hubert says
no
hi.
further trouble from then on?
Hi,
yes,
Hubert.
of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions.
Sorry if I
Has a
sound out of
merchant
it.
by the
I'm
name of
just...
Crossel asked you to put him in contact
Long
with the
story.
jewelsmith recently?
Crossel.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no?
I thought there must be a way to get it
he
back.
came to me
I
with
mean,
a chunk of something
Hawk
he
said
called
you guys were the key, but I'm like,
Jadeite.
how are they the
The
key?
design of the hairpins that
I
he
don't
gave me was
understand.
quite intricate. So it
Wait,
took me
we're
some
the
work
key to
find
help to
someone who
get
was
your
up to the
account
job.
back?
Eventually, I found an
Apparently.
older jewelsmith who made
Wait,
them
who said
exactly
it,
according
Fox?
to his specifications.
Hawk.
This order was on
Oh,
hold
Hawk.
for a very long time.
Yes.
And only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
He said y'all were the
Doesn't seem
key,
like there's
apparently.
any evidence to be
Somehow.
found here.
Miss
I'm like,
Singsi,
how are
I'd
they
like
the
for you to
key?
confirm
You're
for
not
me
making
once more.
sense.
When Mr. Crossel
He didn't
commissioned you to find him a
explain anything
jewelsmith,
to me. Basically, he
did
was
he
just a
or
dick.
did he not assert that the material he
I asked him
presented
how.
to you
I
that
asked
day
him to
was called
explain it to me.
Smaragdus
He didn't say
Jadeite?
anything. He's like, well,
Yes,
I'm out.
I'm sure of
Bye.
it.
That's what he
The
said.
hairpins were made using many expensive
hell?
materials, and the asking price
Yeah,
was
that's
quite
basically
high,
all he said. He
so
didn't
we
even
had
try
to put
to
this
help me or
transaction
explain
on
anything
record
to
with the
me.
Ministry of Civil Affairs.
He said,
Yeah.
you're
Mr.
gonna lose
Crossel wasn't very
everything.
familiar with the necessary
Not being drama, just
procedures,
telling you what
so
happened.
I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records.
Yeah,
See
that's
for
just
yourself.
kind of like,
the item is
no.
called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix
I'm thinking,
Pins.
why am I friends with
The
this guy?
inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's
The
not a
document
friend
even
to
has the
help
official seal
out.
of the ministry on it.
Thank you, Singsi.
Like,
Now,
I
could
don't
you let
know
me borrow this
how
document?
we be.
Sure.
How
It
will
isn't
we
serving
be
much
able to
purpose
get your
here
account
anyway.
get back unless
I take
we
it
know
then that
your
there's been some more trouble?
password and stuff or figure it out? But other than that,
Nothing you need to worry
They
about.
probably
Just a
changed
minor
it all.
issue.
That's what I'm trying
I'll
to say.
return your
I'm like,
document
how are
as
they
soon
the
as I'm done with
key?
it. Thanks again.
the only thing I would
Everyone's first
think
reaction
of
always to
is
assume someone or something is in trouble.
Try contacting support. They couldn't do nothing.
well, not contact support. Did you have to, like you said you had to change the Gmail for that Discord?
Yeah, they told me to change the Gmail. That's the only thing I had on there to get me in the account.
Do you know what that Gmail was?
No.
No? Okay.
No,
Because
I don't.
I would say if you would figure out by like saying you can't remember your account and they would either
They made me change the Gmail on the account.
well if you had to figure if you could not figure out your Gmail, it might say forgot your email or something like that. Maybe that could be a
I
help.
tried that. I tried that.
And then that didn't work.
They said this Gmail is not registered, but when I tried to log back into it, it just said this same Gmail is registered in our registers. I'm like, huh?
Damn. And then that must
Yeah.
be where we're fucked on that part, if that happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I don't know how the fuck we are the key to... Because I'm thinking, if I told Manja and Demon Lords, I guess we're the key to help her out, and they probably look at me like, huh? Because I'm fucking confused on that shit. I'm like, huh?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
He said you and the gang.
But, again, how do we help on that situation? That's what I want to know. I don't know jack shit with the new updates of Discord, so I'll be no help on that situation. I know that for a fact. I would either have to would mess around with it to see, but other than that, like...
I tried everything all I could do. I contacted support. I tried contacting someone that went through this. Heck, even Kyle tried to help. He said that they told him to change his Gmail to something.
Ooh.
And the thing is, it asked for my username when I changed it.
Oh, shoot.
I said, my old username, and I don't even remember my old username. Well, I checked and see what it was. I got it back, and I tried using it. I said, I don't know, that account's gone. Except for one, I made Matt owner, but he might have gotten pissed and left it.
I don't know if he did left the server.
It was one server, I don't remember which one it was. I think it was the Misfit server.
Let me see.
That was the server I made him owner of, because he was the leader.
Let me see. The Misfit. I'm trying to find it.
I know you guys don't have...
The Oddball
the
Misfit?
Yeah, that's the one. I don't know if he's still owner of it or not.
Let me see. I'm on it, and
then there's the No Drama server, which I made for Discord people to go to in case they're having drama in their servers and need a place to chill.
Yeah, he did left. I forgot about that. Because
that ownership has now been transferred back to me. So stupid. I blame my insomnia.
It's more like you learn. It's kind of like life lesson. We all learn eventually what happens. I had miscounts of accounts being hacked, and there's some things that you can figure out and be able to recover, and then some they're just gone. But
yeah, I know.
Don't let that...
I blame my insomnia from this, because I was really, really tired, because I had only gotten, like, maybe 5 hours of sleep, because I had trouble falling asleep.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to speak to him for?
And I didn't go to bed
only he
until
can provide
2
an
in the morning.
authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is
Because I was
harmful
having
to the
trouble
human
falling
body.
asleep.
Once we have this
Sometimes
final
my
piece of
bed's
evidence in our
comfortable, and
hands,
there are
we
times
can
it's
wrap this
not.
case up.
But like I said, it's a life lesson that at least you learn from your experience from in the future if you see this type of counter again. Do you know, like, don't go fall for that crap.
But it's like my thinking, like the part of me that thinks and knows better is just being eating away. Like it's almost completely gone. Like what the heck?
I feel like that is like I think it's something we all deal with, but
Blow up a huge balloon. Exhale all your sleepiness into it, and then poof. It's
Like,
now
what the
flying
heck is going
away.
on with it? Is something eating it or what? What's causing it to go away?
it's like it is a type of. I have that type of thing with like guilt. Whenever I do something, if I did something I fucked up, and then I live with that for the rest of my life. That's something. I'm not saying you're guilty of losing your count, but it's something like a bad experience happened, and it's like it is like like your brain is telling you like your big mistakes, and it's some things like it's not gonna let it go for a long time, but you can't let that affect your life. You know, you just gotta like I can't make a good example of it. But
to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out
Like I said,
gathering
I
herbs.
just don't want
And if
everything
it
I've
isn't
worked
Miss
hard
Yenfei
on
as
to
well.
be taken
Now
from
that's an
me.
even
That's
rarer
all.
honor. What
Along with
business
the
brings you
servers.
here, might I inquire?
I know.
Some charlatans peddling ineffectual
Neon
medicines
says
again,
I'm
no
okay,
doubt?
but
No. I'm here
I would
this
listen
time to ask
to
if you're familiar
Neon
with
because he
Smaragdus
probably
Jadeite.
knows about more computers than all of us.
Smaragdus
So
Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information
trying,
about it
but like I
included in the
said,
6th commentary on the Seven
wish there
Mountain
was a way
Treatises.
to
The Seven
get it
Mountain
back so I can have that
Treatises
security
states that
back.
this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact
hang in
with
there,
it for
okay?
a prolonged period, best case
trying.
scenario, they
Guess
fall
this is a
ill.
sign that I need
Worst case
therapy.
scenario, they'll suffer great
I don't know if
changes in
that's a sign of
personality, and their
therapy. It's
illness
just
will
like I said,
only
it's a
ever
life
get worse.
lesson. Like that would not
Anyway, I'm sure you
mean
didn't
therapy.
come
I
here
think
mean
it's
my
just to
over.
chit-chat.
No, I mean my
Knowing you,
overreacting,
Yenfei,
over
and given the
panicking
specific
about
nature of your
situations.
question, I suppose
well, if
that
you
you're about
if you
to
start
ask
to
me to write
panic,
an
I would
official
say there.
affidavit attesting
I
to
know
the
what therapy
pharmaceutical
will say.
peculiarities of Smaragdus
It'll probably
Jadeite.
tell you like take
That
deep
is indeed the
breaths
case.
and count
If you
to
would be so
10,
kind, Dr. Baiju.
No
and just
trouble at all.
probably
It's
like
just a simple
have
document.
like do
Won't take me a
meditations to
moment.
find your inner
I would
peace,
mention,
basically.
though, that you are not
I
the only one
tried
who's developed a
meditation. It's not
curiosity
working.
for
All it does is
Smaragdus
just make me
Jadeite
bored.
recently. A
I tried it.
Snezhnayan
Believe me, I
merchant
did.
came to ask me about it
But I
not
wouldn't.
long ago.
But I don't say I warn you when
But
the
after I
therapy
gave
tells
him
you
my
that.
report, his expression shifted to one of remarkable
I just want to see if
disappointment.
I have anything like wrong with me mentally that I don't know
wonder,
about.
Miss
Because
Yenfei, if
I
your
looked at the
pressing
symptoms of
business might be
ADHD.
related
No
to
guarantee
the
I have it, but
Snezhnayan
I show
merchant?
like most of the symptoms.
You needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju.
I think
Thank you
most
for
of us
penning us
have that type of
document.
issue
I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
because.
You're too kind.
But
Take
there's
care
also
now.
like depression involved with it, and anxiety type of thing.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever.
Well, I'm definitely both
Is
for
it
those.
just
Well,
time
not
or does it
depression,
feel like he
anxiety.
was
I
fishing
get
for
stressed
something
easy.
back there?
Yeah.
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossell.
Caught him red-handed. We're gonna
My
get you.
grandmother, well, at least in my grandmother's words, she thinks I have depression.
And what does she think will cause the depression? Your parents?
Mainly, and I never smile anymore.
Well, sometimes depression doesn't mean you don't smile. Sometimes
And
the
I'm
hidden
bored all the
depression.
time.
Well, sometimes sometimes the true depression, some people show their little silliness asideness, and they're just hiding, like they're basically like they're happy, but in the inside they feel dead inside. That's how I feel sometimes in general. So sometimes like at work, I always have to have a happy face to just try to like, and be
That's
acting
how
a
I
little
feel at special
goof-
events. I try to be happy, but
goofy, and then just feel like your energy is just out of whack. Like I sometimes have weird energy where I'm just like in a happy mood, and even knowing that it's not a happy
well,
day.
that's the thing. I try to be happy at special events, but there are times where I just feel bored or all that.
Yeah.
I'm
I wouldn't
thinking,
be.
is that part of depression?
Well, I could look up what depression basically is.
Think. Well, I have a learning disability, and that's also part of ADHD.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I did have ADHD because of that.
Yeah. Usually it'd be like, it says low energy, feeling very sad and hopeless. Thoughts of harm and suicide. Change of eating behavior, sleep changes, lose interest in hobbies and activities, and difficult.
I've actually have lost interest in hobbies. Like, there are times where I want to write, but it's like I just feel bored and I'm not interested in it anymore.
That's why I sometimes lose the motivation to try to draw or do something, and I'm like, what's the point?
Exactly, that's how I feel. That's how I feel when I try to draw or write.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what's the point? Is there a point?
Yeah.
Is anyone even reading my fanfics? That's how I feel.
I feel the same way, like my videos of like, I feel like, is anybody watching my videos or anything like that? But
That's another thing.
Yeah. I still keep going no matter if it's just one person watching or zero. I know somebody out there will watch it eventually. It's just a way of, making someone's day feel special. There you are, you bastard!
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
You like snakes, right?
Yes. My investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final
I like
figure
the
for
snakes
amount
that are
payable.
small, the size of my
Wonderful.
hand.
Well then, please, could you do the honors,
How
Miss
would you feel
Yanfei?
having a cobra as a companion?
Of
Because in this
course.
game, you can have a cobra as your companion,
According to
and
the
it won't hurt you
stipulations
at
of the
all.
contract,
Like,
Mr. Castle,
how big
you must
Cobra?
pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price and more.
Sure.
I can't really tell how big they are, but it's a
Me
cobra,
pay her?
and they can be your companion.
Surely
and they
there's
won't
been some
hurt
kind
you.
of mistake,
They'll
Miss
just follow you
Yanfei.
around.
I think they're pretty.
Not
They're
at
not
all.
as big as the
According to my
python.
investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered,
They are
the substance
poisonous, but
claimed
in
to
this
be
game, they
Smaragdus
don't try
jadeite
to
that was
hurt you.
inlaid
They're
within
just
the
friendly
Smaragdus
little
jadeite
companions,
twin
like a
Phoenix
Disney
pins
princess,
that
so
you
to
rented
speak.
out to Mr. Chow
Yeah.
was, in fact,
I say that
Smaragdus
because, like, I
nephrite.
know pythons
Now,
and
the contract
anacondas
states
are
very
like
clearly that 10 times the price
almost
shall be
close to
paid
where they could
should
eat
the
a human.
article
So I was
not
like,
be
no,
genuine.
thank you.
Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow
Well,
in
if they're
mora.
tame, then they won't eat you.
Material evidence? What
I've
material
Yeah.
seen
evidence?
people have that
Why,
as
Miss
pets.
Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this. I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake.
Like I said, in this game, they
I
won't hurt
demand
you
to
at
see
all.
your evidence.
Indeed.
Ooh.
Only a testimony from an expert witness involved
What?
in the processing of the ore.
The cutscene just like he gets so offended. He's like, "How dare you accuse me?"
Please produce the evidence in question.
Ooh.
This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
He's caught.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus jadeite and Smaragdus nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite. So I had him cut away the nephrite. He returned the valuable jadeite.
Substantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence, something
I'm still
legally
here.
binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler. Oh,
I gotta
come
talk
on.
to
I meant
Merlin.
the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil
Freaking
Affairs.
Jafar. Why the hell do we have to have him
This
as a main
document
villain in the
proves
next
that my
story?
hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus
Good
jadeite.
thing Merlin's a powerful wizard on our side.
Yep.
The second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this
So we
guy's
got a lot of
getting more
villains in this
belligerent by
game.
the
We got
second.
Gothel, Ursula,
You know, you could be
Gaston,
right. Perhaps the hairpins are
Jafar.
the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All
Gar.
the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a
Let's
moment
see,
now.
who else do
because
we have?
I do recall one final piece of
Let me
evidence
look.
that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler,
it.
would you do the honors?
Let's see.
What's this?
The pharmacy.
Smaragdus jadeite springs forth from stone marrow
What?
within the mountains and will bring disaster to
There's some
any
evidence
mortals
in the
who touch it.
pharmacy.
Sustained
Mother
contact with
Gothel,
Smaragdus
Scar,
jadeite over
Ursula.
a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a
Poor
mild malady, while
unfortunate
in serious
souls.
cases, the
And
patient
Gaston.
may suffer a
They're the only
dramatic
villains.
change of
Most of them are
personality and fall
heroes.
seriously ill.
Yeah.
Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties
Stitch
of
ain't
Smaragdus
no
jadeite?
villain.
I
But
had no idea.
you gotta be careful with him because of his badness.
No idea, you say?
Yeah.
I'd guessed as much.
Because of
But
his
for you to have rented out
mischievousness.
such a dangerous item, I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient, considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
What? Wait! I knew.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell.
You
But if
busted.
you know Smaragdus jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Paimon looks angry.
No, The hairpins aren't actually...
aren't actually inlaid with genuine Smaragdus jadeite? Is that what you were about to say?
Haha.
You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Sir Chow 10 times the original price.
So there's
and
more to this story
Mr.
than
Crossell, your answer, please. My client and
than
I
I
are waiting.
thought.
I...
Yep, he's
Oh,
seriously
shit.
intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I
I
had
did
inlaid
it.
on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite.
Zen
But I'm a victim in
Limbo.
all of this too.
Hey.
I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after
Yeah,
receiving it
I'm
and carrying
trusting
it around
Leon
for a
on
few
this
days,
about this whole
I
situation.
started to feel extreme discomfort.
I also hope
I couldn't
Hawk
sleep
doesn't
a
watch the
wink or eat
stream.
a single bite.
He hasn't watched
I
my
was in a
stream in a
constant
long
state of agitation,
time.
too.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't
I
seen
went
him
to
on
the
here.
pharmacy
So.
to get myself checked out, only to discover that
Oh,
this sort of
God.
stone cannot be worn as
Then
jewelry.
he'll be yelling at me saying,
How
what
could I
the
let all
hell
that
and
money go
stuff.
to waste? That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is
Better
almost
check my Discord
indistinguishable
so
from
he hasn't
Smaragdus
tried
jadeite.
messaging me.
I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made
I mean,
box.
when was the last time
I
you ever
daren't
messaged
touch
you?
it again. I was worried that someone would see
When
through
I
it,
asked him
which is
about
why
the
I only dared to
situation
rent
when
them out,
I
not sell them.
befriended him,
And then to top
which was
it
the
all off,
23rd of the
Chichao
4th month.
lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
I don't know why I'm friends with him.
Exactly. If they
Yeah,
weren't
it's
the
'cause
real
I
deal, why'd you make her pay
Trust
so
him
much?
a little.
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased
I
that
don't know
Smaragdus
anymore.
jadeite, some
My
of my
head is just
business
all over the
partners found
place.
out.
My mind is.
I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make
My
off
mind
it.
is just.
If word got out that I
It
sold
hurts.
a pair
Let's
of
just
fake
put it that way.
hairpins,
It's
then
hurting right now.
my
You
days in
basically
this
have a
line
headache.
of business would be over.
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I
As
failed to
I
see
take
what
some
bearing any of this has on your
ibuprofen if you
transaction
need
with my
to, or
client.
any type of like headache
According
meds
to
if
the
you have
contract,
I
some.
will
you
later.
must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
I said if I
10
get that account
times.
deleted, I would have better peace of mind.
Crossel looks like he could faint
Yeah.
any second.
What the fuck?
As for me, according to my contract with Mr.
But
Chow,
I know that's never
20%
going to
of that
happen.
sum will go to me.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite.
Be great if it
There's
did
no
happen,
need.
but it's not.
It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Jichao, you...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus Jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
What? But I... All right, then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
He's like, this got me trouble.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus Jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever. It'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit
Like I
and
said,
express
that's
my
why
thanks
I'm
more
thinking I need
appropriately.
therapy, because
Oh,
maybe
come
then
on.
I could get
No
all
need
my
to stand on
thoughts
ceremony.
sorted out, and maybe a healthy
Now,
way for
if I
me
may
to
confirm this again, Mr. Chow,
Yeah.
have you and Mr. Crossell
maybe
come to
get
an
more
understanding?
sleep.
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a
Did I
second, if I
send
may.
you the
I can
pictures
see
of
from the
what
hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design.
he said?
My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces,
Send it in the main
your
group
jewelry
chat, but I
designs
don't know
and
if you
our
looked at
choice
'em.
ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
In the main, you mean like on Facebook?
Let
Or?
me think for a moment.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything. The last thing he says is
Well,
like
that's
he's still
that. And
tired.
we've
You
got the
have to
Smaragdus
scroll
Jadeite that
up
Granny
to
wants
find
too.
it.
All's well that ends
Oh.
well, eh?
In the group chat with all of us.
Was it before about your cousin?
No, before that, before Matt blocked me.
That'd be a long time. I don't know. Let me see. I have to look where we added him back, but other than that, I'm not sure.
It was before that.
Yeah. Oh.
Exactly. Usually
I
when
can go
someone
back and
tells
look for
us
the
they've lost
pictures and you can
something,
see for
we end up
yourself.
searching all
Yeah,
over
if you
the
want to
place
do
for
that.
it. But this time, you
I
managed
sent
to
him to
solve the
Neon,
problem
and
with
our
just a big
chats haven't
stack of
been that long,
documents.
so...
Even though the
Yeah.
solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem. The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of
My
Adeptus
thing
means
messes up
precious
because
little to
then
me
I'm trying to
compared
send
to
the
my
pictures
job
to
as a
you.
legal advisor. In any case,
Yeah.
don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit.
I also got the name,
I bet
like,
she's been on tenterhooks
marked
for a
off,
while now.
So...
It depends. Let's see.
If I can get the pictures to load.
Thinking one. This has been like a cutscene, and I know it's close for me to go to bed soon, so yeah.
Bored. Want to see some action?
Gotta deal with work crap, of course. And even though tomorrow's Memorial Day, but I still have to fucking work. Like,
Hang on, they're just taking a minute to save, and I'll send them
Oh.
to you.
Okay. We're gonna go Granda's house.
I'll send them to you on Facebook.
Okay. Boo, no work. I know. Well, I have to work in order to pay my rent and stuff. And also
Well, I don't have to work tomorrow.
This is a peaceful.
Oh, because it's Memorial Day.
Yeah. I don't think my brother's open
Yeah.
that day.
Unfortunately, I work in a hospital, so hospital, you only have
They
to have...
sent.
You've returned. How did it go? Were you able to
Just,
find
can
the
you look at him real
Smaragdus
quick?
Jadeite?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if this is all order, but what the fuck?
Probably isn't. I tried to save him in order. See what I mean?
Yeah, I'm reading. I'm like, what the fuck?
Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right, then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
Okay, that's
I'm
kind of
off then.
rude the way
Bye.
that person said
Oh,
about
yes, Traveler.
short memory
Make sure you
curse.
don't lose the business card I
That's
gave you.
rude.
I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever
I
bump
really do
into any
have
trouble with the
short-term
law,
memory loss.
come find me directly.
But that's
Regulars
just not
get
a way to
discounts,
say it. It's like,
Come now,
he
child.
could
Are
just
you
said it
leaving
in
or
a
are you
common way.
not?
I don't know.
If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot, hmm?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
But what all he said?
Yeah. I feel like that's a little fucked up.
Didn't even try to help me or explain to me how y'all can help me.
And how he acted, it seems like he was being a one smartass or a jackass, in my opinion, but...
Ah, indeed she
'Cause-
is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change.
Because if I was in
Yanfei
that
might be
panic
overly
mode
garrulous,
and
but she
he
is
would
also
said
the
that
most
to me, I would have
intimately
cursed him out and
acquainted
tell him
with
to
the
fuck
city among
off
us
because
all.
I'm like, no.
Ah,
I'm being talked to
Liyue
that
is
way.
not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How's it made?
Yep.
Just wait here for a moment.
Yeah, you
What?
made me really panic.
Like, he could have just
There we
find a
go.
way to... even
This
though I don't know
Serenity
how he
pot is
handles
all yours now.
that type of
Hold
situation,
it
but
firmly. If you
he
were to
shouldn't
drop it,
act
oh,
like... It
goodness,
just seems like
who
he was
knows
pulling
what
off
might
of being in a
happen.
dick mood right there, and I'm just
Take
like, no,
these
that's not cool.
blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to
But
make
I
your
don't know how
teapot
y'all
a
can
little
help.
more lively inside.
That's what I don't know either. Like, I'm not a fucking genius. Like, I don't know if we're like, I don't know if we're supposed to be on a watch on your old account in case somebody tries to message one of us again or something like that, which I already did block your old account. So that's the only thing we could do is just block and report. That's...
I know.
Unless we need to
And I
harass
didn't-
Discord.
Wait a minute,
That's
Granny.
the only thing I could do.
How exactly are we supposed to
Think
use
of to
this
do is
teapot?
harass him, saying like, my friend got her account hacked. You guys need to fucking do
worry
something.
about that.
Like, fix your shit.
I've already
I had some
arranged
issue
for
with
a
fucking
certain
Facebook
little helper
where...
to await you within
Well, I
this
kind of
teapot.
found out
She
why,
will explain
but still, it was still
everything you need
stupid.
to
But
know
it was
about
just
it.
like I was posting a lot of pictures from the concert, and all of a sudden, my account got restricted and couldn't do much anything else within 14 hours. I'm like, fucking Facebook, you're dumb. Fix your fucking shit. Like, what did I do to just, like, all of a sudden, because I'm posting something positive, because, yeah, maybe the last couple days I was a little bit negative and feeling depressed because how work treated me and how I dealt with how work, you know, how work and had to deal.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I said, I don't know how y'all can help. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
can't harass Discord, I don't think.
Like,
Unless
the
that's
only
the
thing-
only other thing we can do.
That's the only thing I could think of is either harass the shit out of Discord until they do something, or either we
First, get
figure
into position like
we
this.
keep
and move like
reporting
that.
that account as
Yep,
much as possible
that's it.
till it gets deleted. I don't know.
Oh, wonderful. Another flower is blooming.
But other than that, it's just no. Like, I don't know what is there any other way for us to help. So
Well, he won't help me. I messaged him. I don't even want to try to. After how he was mean to me.
yeah, I'd say don't bother him, in my opinion, because I feel like that's gonna fuse the fire. In my
Mhm.
opinion, that's on him. If he does not want to help out, it's like whatever. That's all I have to say. That's on him. You know, he tried his best, but no one did it a smart ass way, which that's not cool in my opinion, because I would never act like a total jerk if any of you all have that type of anxiety moment, because I know how it feels to be having anxiety. So it's like, I would never do that to anybody. The only time I ever be a
Yeah, and I
dick-
didn't give you guys the mod roles to delete the server or take ownership of it. So I didn't know how to do it.
So, yeah, if that was the case for us to be part of it, yeah, we would have figured out how to get rid of it right away. We'd be fine. But that's the only way I could think that he would probably thought that if we ever be able to help you out in that way. And I'm like, other than that, no. There's nothing else we can do as far as we know. Like I said, I would wait till, like I said, I'll ask Demon Lord about that situation when he gets back. I don't want to bother him his vacation, because
Even I asked him, and he said, even it's not worth it to try to message Discord. Like I said, there's just a tiny bit of part of me that doesn't want to give up. That's all.
I understand that. And there's like, maybe there could be hope, but not sure. But right now, we just stick with...
I mean, we haven't checked all of our options. I mean, I tried messaging Discord. They didn't really message me back. All they gave me was an automatic message system. Like, what the fuck?
And that's how they are. I'm thinking everything with they can't really help as much because I'm thinking they probably dealt with a whole bunch of people that have been hacked every 24 hours. So
I'm
it's
thinking they
like,
have a whole team of computer whizzes. Don't you think they should be able to do anything?
but it seems like where they are is it's just laziness. I'm thinking, how you think people are always complaining about Discord acting up when Discord is basically drunk? They're lazy. That's what every social media, and this is the truth, by the way, every social media, they say they can fix shit, but they don't. So
There are thoughts. I've had thoughts where I'm like, should I hire a hacker to get this back or what?
we'd have to know some type of hacker source that would do it, and making sure we don't have a hacker that will screw us over. That's the only thing I would be concerned of. But
yeah,
if I would have gone to schooling about computers and learned about hacking system, maybe that would have been a chance. But I never gone to school, so yeah. Because on top of that, it's, I don't know how, like, I've seen commercial where people say, oh, people can do like hacking and identity theft, that type of shit, but I don't know. But it makes it like, would I want to get in trouble? No. It's not worth me going to jail, but if it's some way to figure out if something like this happens, But I'm going to end the stream since it's kind of time for me to go to bed anyway, since I've been talking as much. But yeah, it was just nothing but a cutscene, so I'm sorry for the boredom. But maybe the next time, maybe Memorial Day if I'm not tired, if I get off on time, maybe we'll do this more of Genshin Impact later. So those of you who are just joining in, I do apologize. This is kind of like a short notice. It's only been like an hour or so, but either way, um, but yeah. Like and subscribe if you're new, and oh yeah, and I wish you a happy birthday. All right, happy birthday, and hope you have a good birthday and also a good Memorial Day. I don't know if you celebrate Memorial Day. If those people who are not in the U.S., I don't know if they celebrate Memorial Day, but if not, wish you a happy birthday. All right, well, you hope you all have a good day, and peace out. Until we meet again, yay! Wait, what'd I do? Oh, I snap picture. I'm like, I wasn't trying to snap picture. I was trying to hit the button to end the stream. Whoops. All right. Well.